Hello, AwSHUX attendees. It is me, Quentin Smith, here for a tremendously stupid game show with three tremendously not stupid guests. Let's go with that. You will, of course, remember Philippa War, Shut Up and Sit Down, friend of the show, all-round talented individual, and now writer of a video game. Pip, you're famous now. Is that right?
Oh yes, very, very famous. I have like at least 8 Twitter followers. It's so good.
But the Monsters Expedition? What's the name of the game?
Monsters Expedition through puzzling exhibitions. We just call it Monsters Expedition because of longness. But yeah, and people have been so kind, and the game is so cute. Like Adam and Ellie did such amazing jobs with like the art and the sound, and Alan did such a good job with the puzzles. It was such a great experience, and I'm so delighted that it's now out there and people can mess around in it. Anyway, yes, that is all my news.
I'm delighted that you are joining us because I think animals and nature is a bit of a forte of yours, but I'm sure we'll find that out as the show continues. We're very, very happy to have ProZDP, aka someone joining us of voice acting and Vine fame, of generally just being very funny and cool on the internet. Someone, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And most importantly, our defending champion of the wild champion.
Ooh.
It's game designer and baseball artist, Jonathan Ying.
Yeah, I've got to add that to my resume.
How's it going, Jonathan?
It's going really well. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm going to be doing my best as this decidedly not impartial games master to make sure you don't win this one again, but who knows what's going to happen.
I didn't realize there was a history with this game. So you're the reigning champion then.
Yes, Jonathan.
The history of all of wild, so to speak. Okay, gotcha.
One of one games has been won by Jonathan, or as I like to think of it, 100%. So the way that this game works is it's based on a card game which we're drawing all the assets from. I mean, 90% of what we're playing here is the card game, The Champion of the Wild, in which players receive hands of cards, which are animals, and then decide which of those animals will compete in a variety of Olympic or Olympic adjacent events, and also some events which just have nothing to do with the Olympics at all. Then, because we're playing this on Twitch, so our contestants will all pick which of their animals will compete in these events and give a pitch as to why their animal will do okay. Now, in the world of the Champion of the Wild, humans can talk to animals, or rather some humans can, and you three represent the coaches with the special ability to tell a wasp how to win a hot dog eating contest or whatever. You're going to be able to talk to your animals, give them advice and tips, and sometimes you, as coaches, will be in the events yourselves. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're going to start this game by assigning animals. Now, Jonathan, you remember that last time we played this, the animal categories were North American animals, African animals, and miscellaneous animals, I believe.
Yes, those were the options.
Do you have North American?
I had North America. I believe Matt had miscellaneous.
Yes, and Alan Girding, designer of Two Rooms and a Boom, had African animals. I remember now. So the 3 categories that you three will be able to choose from are damp animals.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Animals that begin with the letter G, and animals that just won't die. Now, I'm sort of doing Jeopardy categorization here, so you might not quite get the animals you should expect. But Sungwon, as the most famous and likable of our panelists, I would like to give you first pick of the draft. So your options
of those 3, okay.
Damp animals, animals that begin with G, or animals that just won't die. Oh, and bearing in mind, I should mention, we're going to go through 5 events, okay? And those events will be technical, speed, team, endurance, and power. I don't know if that makes it easier for you to pick your category, but
so not like immortality, because I was hoping there'd be like an edge on the.
No, there's also not a category for alphabet sort of adjacency.
Gotcha. Or like wettest. Okay, let's see. I think I'll go with I just admire the tenacity. I'll do animals that just won't die. It's
a great choice. I'm gonna. Of course, I can't hand you a hand of cards, but I can DM this to you. So now you can read this list. Don't say any of these animals' names; these are secret. But sure. I'm gonna send this to you now, and just if you'd like to make maybe some kind of noise or initial reaction for the people at home as to how you feel about the animals I just sent you on Discord.
That's my reaction.
It's open to interpretation. Pip, because as I said, I will be working hard to make sure Jonathan loses this, or at least has an uphill battle.
You'll do your best.
Yeah, I already get the feeling it's not going to be enough. Pip, your choices are damp animals or animals that begin with G.
Animals, please.
Which one? Damp animals?
Yes.
Okay. And once again, your reaction for our audience, please.
So I get all the good animals, right? That's
Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah.
There's some. I get the feeling, and then
are these the noises the animals make?
in order, right?
Okay, and Jonathan, these are your animals that begin with G.
Ooh.
Probably not what you expect, I shouldn't think.
Yeah, you know what? No, this is good. This is good.
There's at least one animal making an appearance from last year because it's my favorite.
Now, did you make up these categories, or are these in the actual game?
Oh no, I definitely invented this. So the things to know. What did I invent? I invented the categories. The animals are really from the game. It probably would have been easier for me. Oh no, because we used the art assets. So the animal cards that I gave you are from the game. The events are from the game. How we play is similar to one of the modes you can play. We're going to reveal an event. You're all going to pick one of your 6 animals. So we've got 6 animals for 5 events, which is one animal more generous than I was last year. So you'll have one animal who is not used. That could be a tiebreaker, I guess.
Wild card.
Wild card animal. Yeah. Well, I'm sure if I need to start drinking whiskey because I said I would for this last panel, my last panel of the day. The way this is going to work is we're going to go through the events one after another, and it's you, the Twitch chat, will apparently, Matt has some fancy tech that will enable you to decide where these animals come first, second, or third in each of the events. I'm already looking at chat and seeing there's a lot of people on Team Damp. I feel like I shouldn't have given Pip such good branding. However, that's one thing to mention. Usually the rule of Champion of the Wild is as follows, and it's actually something that makes the game sing. No one can research or look up anything about their animals, which makes this a game about arguing about animals and half-remembered facts. However, in honor of this being an online convention, we are going to play with an official variant in the manual, which is that all of you can look up or Google anything that will help your case or will hinder someone else's. So Google away. You have all
we have full reign. Okay. Ooh.
Yes, that's exactly right. If you believe that someone is wrong about an animal, you can research that. However,
okay, what is a
what is this a real animal? I should have just given
what's all animals?
I think I have a photo of one of my animals. Am I allowed to go and just see quickly whether I have that? This isn't research because it's the animal was not telling me any facts at the time.
Tell you what, Pip, we're going to start this, and you're going to get if you will have your window to dash off and look for a photo after we present our first event. Matt, if you're listening to this, and I hope you are, because otherwise the art assets for this are going to be difficult. Can you please load up the art for Demolish a Shed, our first event? This is a power event, and if our panelists would like to look at Twitch, you could. That's some unfortunate cropping of the image by where our heads are on Twitch. But believe it or not, the full art on this card is hilarious. It's not as hilarious with how it's presented on Twitch, but what can you do? Ooh, live updating. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to read this card. This is our first event. This is the power event. So, Demolish a Shed. Animals must destroy a wooden shed defined as knocking all parts to the ground as quickly as possible. Water run-up is available, and flying is allowed.
I recall one of my first events was one of these where it was like a race. And I picked the Golden Eagle before I found out that flying was not allowed.
That was my favorite. That's my absolute favorite.
That went poorly for the Eagle.
Oh, but it made you an audience favorite immediately. Okay. So, to state the obvious, the animal you use for this event will not be available in future rounds of this game.
Now, if the animal listed is, let's say, not listed as a specific animal, like it just says, I don't want to. Let's say if one of the ones was dog, you can
Right.
choose then which type of dog it is.
I
then?
believe that all of the animals that I've sent all of you are specific species. They might just have simple names.
I see. I see.
I
Okay.
think I could be wrong.
Mine, there are a few different kinds of this particular kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think some of mine, but we'll just
You're not allowed-
But it's the one I'm gonna pick, so we'll find
You're not
out.
allowed to choose the species, but this is the variant that has the demolition ball. That's not the thing.
No, so this is important. If you are allowed tools, the card will say, because sometimes there is like a. Last time we played this, there was a sort of spy mission in which people could equip their animals with guns. It was all.
So this one is no tools.
No, this one is no tools. The animal will be working alone. Well, animals must destroy a wooden shed, defined by knocking all parts of the ground as quickly as possible. You know, I'm going to say no tools just because I don't think I've given any of you animals that have opposable thumbs. So whenever you're ready, one of you can reveal your animal that will be entering this contest. And also, as you present your animal, you can mention why you think it would be a good pick. And you can also mention any tips or advice, what you're going to be whispering in its little animal ear, if it has an ear, before the event.
And it can understand speech well enough
Yes.
to...
It can understand you, Jonathan. Not all speech, but it can understand you.
I had a load of. Okay, so it's the shed in the background. These are the ones that we're destroying theoretically with our animals.
So you can kind of gauge the quality of the construction. I've just seen. Have you folks seen the beaver in the background of this art? That is.
Oh yeah.
Doing its best.
No, it's gonna absolutely flatten that shed.
Yeah. That's so good.
Oh dear.
Okay, I have a candidate, and it is my only candidate really for this with any viable shed squishing abilities, and that is the walrus.
Matt, can we have the walrus, please?
Cracking out the big gun.
It's pretty magnificent. Pip, what's your case for why that walrus doesn't look interested in destroying a shed to me?
That walrus has already destroyed 9 sheds today, Quins. Actually, I think you're fine. I just feel like, look, this walrus wants an easy life. This walrus just wants to enjoy some time on the beach, maybe a fish, maybe 2 fish. And it's not going to get that if it's going to have to do any DIY. So I figure it is going to bring that shed down just to remove any chance of being asked to put up a shelf. And it will do that simply by rolling on it.
Yeah, these things are huge, right?
Oh, yes. I would be terrified of it.
I'm going to enter a really good search term now that will permanently dent my advertising forever. How big is a walrus?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Wow. I'm not going to do your work for you, Pip, but it weighs a lot.
Yeah, they're like tons, aren't they? There is a lot happening with this.
Okay, that's a strong first contender. Jonathan, Sungwon, what have we got?
I think I'm ready to jump in. Speaking of jumping in, my candidate is the kangaroo. And as we all know, a red kangaroo has a kick that delivers 759 pounds of force. That's a heck of a lot of power, and I think a shed will be gone in no time with that much force. Do I need to translate pounds into something for you guys to understand?
I mean, you don't have to, but if you could, I think chat would be very impressed.
Okay. Let me just do that off the top of my head. What is the conversion rate from there? No Googling or anything. Pounds to what is there a different for force over there? I don't know.
There's a really good joke in Archer, I think. It's, they say, what do they use for force in Europe? And someone says, Pascals, I believe. And someone else replies, gee, Europe, be gayer. which really always delights me.
I'm also finding it's just for let's see. A red kangaroo's double kick can tear a person open from sternum to top of legs.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's quite the website you found there.
Yeah. Apparently it's a real powerful animal, so I think that's going to be my candidate for sure.
This is just trivia about me. I find kangaroos one of the scariest animals in the world. Like, if you ever, like, you know how ripped they are? Like they have.
Yeah, I've seen buff kangaroo art. Like they're
it's so unsettling, and they're really territorial, and they're not everywhere. They're not like here, but like there's more kangaroos than you think.
Someone pointed out to me that kangaroos basically have exactly the same head that deer do, and it makes me really uncomfortable.
I mean, the whole
Different
animal,
really
are with, like-
revelation. Actually, yeah, I hate that.
yeah, and it's like it's basically halfway to a centaur, but all wrong. Like the head of a deer, the body of a man.
Even deadlier than a centaur, according to Google. I mean, according to knowledge that we all share.
Jonathan, please tell us, what's your candidate?
Well, I'm also going for something rather than going for like immediate direct impact strength. I am going with the green anaconda.
Okay, now we're talking. No, that's Matt, please.
Oh, he brought up a deer to compare. Yeah, like look at that.
Yeah. Chat was talking about imagine it with antlers as well, which is
Don't give it more weapons. It's already it's deadly enough.
Oh wow. What an unsettling piece of anaconda art that is.
Oh wow, yeah. So like a green anaconda has a can apply pressure upwards of 90 psi, which is roughly equivalent of an elephant standing on one's chest.
Ooh.
Jeez.
So I feel like, you know, it could probably splinter these little like sheds, this IKEA wood. You know, like I feel like particle board couldn't stand up to that.
Want to, Jonathan? Would it want to?
Oh, wow.
I'd lean in close, and that's what I'd whisper. I'd be like, "You really, really want to crush this shed."
I'm sorry. Do all the different animals' individual motivation levels are they? Is that a factor in this?
No.
Do we have to like know the personalities of?
No,
each
I'm
animal?
really glad you asked someone because it's one of my favorite rules in the game. No, the animals want to win this as much as regular human athletes do. So
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, you can rely on your kangaroo doing its best. All the same, you know, if you wanted to like, you know, make your animal angry somehow, perhaps implying that an anaconda could only apply a maximum of 10 psi.
Yeah,
that would be allowed. That is an incredibly strong first round. So now it's time for Twitch chat to play, assuming that Matt is able to produce a fancy high-tech heat map for Twitch chat. So I will remind chat that it's not whether the animals can demolish a shed, it's speed. So I want you to imagine the anaconda, the kangaroo, and the walrus all sort of a good, what looks like about 20 feet away from the shed. The stopwatch starts. We go. What happens next? Chat decides.
I mean, I'm pretty excited because I feel like if I can get the anaconda around the shed, it'll just crush the whole thing at once, you know?
I just Googled about walruses, and one of the articles starts with the walruses were banging on the walls. So,
oh no!
I feel like
So
I mean that intimidates me.
I'm appearing in the bottom of the universe to just briefly say that if people don't know how this works, we're going to be doing this a bunch over the weekend. You just click on the bit of the screen that you want to vote for, aka people's faces, and then we'll see who wins. I'm going to disappear again now. Bye.
Matt and I had 5% of the vote there. That was very exciting. Okay, look, I'm going to have to call an end to this. It looks like we have our first, second, and third place. In third place, I'm getting more votes. In third place, it's going to be Jonathan's Anaconda. In second place, it's going to be Philippa's Walrus. And in first place, it's going to be Sungwon's all-powerful kicking kangaroo. Congratulations, Sungwon.
Again, the scariest animal known to man.
Okay, someone voted for Matt right there.
Okay.
How fast do you think you could take down a shed, Matt? If given the opportunity.
I think I actually could take down a shed within the hour,
Okay.
and I'm confident about that. So
I mean, I remember Quinn's one of the options in the previous game was ourselves.
I forgot that was a mechanic. Okay, from now on, oh no, how did I forget? This was clearly the best mechanic. Okay, everybody, you may add to the list of animals that I gave you right now your own name. So that's a wild additional animal that you may enter into any future event. So gosh, you're going to end.
Jonathan is now called Gonathan.
And I just won't die. I mean, what are you, my internet commenters?
I'm really damn. Hang on, I didn't even...
No. Listen, I pronounce GIF like a heretic, so I'm still Jonathan. It's fine. It's just with a G. Like the GIF format.
I only just got that joke. That was a good joke.
I mean, I think I've just thrown all of my chances under the bus right there with that controversial political statement. For the votes.
Monster mustn't win.
Oh wow. Okay, right. We're gonna throw a curveball now. Matt, can you please bring up the art for ballroom dancing?
Ooh.
This is our team event. So for anyone keeping track, we just had our power event. This is the team event. And to come, we have speed, technical, and endurance. This is a team event because whichever animal you pick, which of course could potentially include yourself now, thanks, Jonathan, is going to be dancing with another of its own species, or in the case of yourself, another duplicate copy of yourself. So, ballroom dancing, 2 animals dance to music in a large ballroom with their chosen dance style. Expert judges score the routine based on technical difficulty and execution. Water tanks are available, and flying is allowed, but you start from the ground.
Can I ask or propose maybe one thing for this particular event? So we have how many events left at this point? We have 3 events left.
Oh yeah, I already see where you're going with this.
So you added us to the list, so we have like a couple extra animals, right? Couldn't we pick 2 different animals from our hand?
Oh boy,
and have them dance together? I think
I love it. Your idea's in the game. It's that simple. It's that simple. Jonathan, you can confirm. Game design is that simple, right? Someone has a good idea.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wang it in. Lovely.
I should be a game designer. It's that easy, right? All you need to do.
It really is. There's nothing to it. You just write a few things down. Like,
make it more fun. Make it not hard.
Just listen to all of your commenters and do exactly what they say every time.
It's worked for me online. Yeah. Okay. So 2 animals from our list. Got it.
Hey, folks, we've got ourselves a Kickstarter with that mentality.
Someone in the comments chiming in there. Baron Bananan Schnabel suggests Pip War and a walrus, which is an amazing image. However, a walrus is no longer valid in this contest.
Oh, hang on. I need to look up a height thing.
Okay. I think I have an idea.
The tension here in the non-existent stadium.
I'm ready.
Jonathan,
I'm hyped.
Oh, go for it. Go for it if you're ready.
All right. So I've got. So I'm gonna need a thing that is half water and half open air. Right, like for the dance floor.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Thankfully, at least one of, and so we've got a very elaborate dance with 2 of beautiful, graceful animals. The first being the greater flamingo.
Okay.
With wonderful sense of balance. They're graceful. They're beautiful. They can do things with their necks. And beneath the water and around them will be the great manta ray. We got 2 greats right here. Greater flamingo, great manta ray. Manta ray may be feeling slightly self-conscious about just being great, while the flamingo's definitely greater. But like, look at they're like beautiful billowing, like this great black manta ray against this like beautiful pink flamingo. Like, I feel like what could be more beautiful?
That is an incredibly strong proposition,
There's a
Jonathan.
lot of flourishing in that coupling. That's strong.
Mhm.
I've got to wonder though, my question to you, Jonathan, would be, is it, well, I suppose, do people need to touch in ballroom dancing? Can you be sort of apart?
I mean, you said that they could like pick the dance appropriate for the creature, correct?
Yeah, it says two animals dance to music, just like I like to do in a large ballroom
Mm.
with their chosen dance style. Yeah. What would that chosen dance style be? I do need you to narrow it down just a little bit.
Well, I think the flamingo's definitely going to be doing breakdancing. No, I think in my head it's vaguely interpretive dance, like a lot of ballet training, right? But with the manta ray doing these very elaborate flourishes around underneath, like you could almost think of the two dance partners laterally, right? Like one above, one below, as opposed to next to each other. Yeah, something esoteric.
I love it. I love it. It's a strong first entry. What about our other contestants?
What could be better, Sugwon?
Why do I have to go next? There's no order to this. I'm not. I'm still doing heavy research right now. Pip, are you ready?
I could be persuaded. So I would like to volunteer myself and an emperor penguin because the emperor penguin is dressed for it and is also about the right height for me. So
Wait, hang on. Which emperor penguin here, though?
the one that's my height and likes ballroom dancing, obviously. I don't know. Yes, that one. The one that it would be so cute with its bow tie and just sort of waddling up like Madame. And then, like, we would waltz everywhere. He would lead. I would not lead. I am no good at leading. Could also be a lady penguin. Absolutely. As long as they are better at dancing than me and are happy with leading, I'm in, all in. And I would wear a flamingo costume because you sold me on that pretty well.
I see.
Pip, I have just one question. I think that obviously, this is a great, strong entry. How do you see yourself holding the flipper? How do you see the grasp in a literal sense?
Dancing, if many episodes of Strictly Come Dancing have taught me anything, is that you sort of, it's almost as if you should be able to step away and still be holding the same pose. It's not like a claw-like grip or anything. You're not sort of clinging on for dear life. It's a gentle hold, much as you would caress a guitar,
Having seen the documentary film Happy Feet, I think this is a pretty strong. This is a pretty strong play.
Agreed. I think I'm ready with my submission now. So the two animals I will be submitting are myself and a mosquito. And so really what it boils down to is mosquito is buzzing around, and it's like a kind of like interpretive dance where all I'm really doing is just trying to swat the mosquito because it's annoying me, but it's really this frenzied, furious dance of just it's like kind of like a daredevil show as well, because the mosquito's trying to evade me. There's acrobatics and aerial feats, and you can feel my rage come through my dance. And ultimately, it's just going to culminate into this beautiful piece of art, I think, in the end. Challenging, to be sure, and, open to interpretation. But I think if you sit through the 8-hour performance, by the end, you will have enjoyed the ride.
It would be one over.
Yeah.
That is
No
the most
intermission.
mosquito
No intermission.
I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Do you think that? I mean, I have no doubt that you have the stamina. Do you think the mosquito does? 8 hours is a long time to be dancing. It's a long time for the audience as well. Is that a concern for you?
Oh, I thought these animals really wanted to win, right? Are we doubting
It's
the
true.
conviction of our animals? I thought I was under the impression that these animals were, champions of the wild, theoretically. So
I mean, they
I
all have
Certainly,
their
this
own-
mosquito's been training, right?
also, I'm sure all of us have had an experience where we felt like for 8 hours we were trying to get one mosquito and
Yeah.
just failed. So I am positive both me and my partner could pull it off.
I stand corrected. I love it. Let's see what the audience thinks. 3 incredibly strong contestants. I don't know which way I would vote. Oh, I feel like Nick Cannon on The Masked Singer. This is great. I have no responsibilities. I just sit there. Okay, right, everybody. So, is it Jonathan Ying's beautiful, graceful, interspecies performance of a flamingo, the manta ray, drawing graceful arcs around its feet? Is it Sungwon trying to swat a mosquito for 8 hours, but in a way that's apparently beautiful? Or is it Pip dancing with the Emperor Penguin? Oh, it looks like our audience is having some tough times deciding. No, it looks like it's locked in.
Ooh, looks like a pretty strong play here.
Congratulations, Pip. I think you swept that round. Someone a slightly uncomfortable second place for you, Jonathan.
Alas.
You know what? I
can't believe I burned my great manta ray on this one.
Truly the best. I have not. The fact that you found a use for that animal at all, I think, is really impressive. But then again, using the mosquito is also pretty impressive. Some really good pairs.
Fair, they have both burned their humans before the technical.
Right. I believe we're going to do the technical last because it's just my favorite, and it's definitely the one I want you to do when you have the least animals to choose from. Next up, we are going to bring up. Let's do not to make someone sad that he got rid of his mosquito, but Matt, can you bring up the art for tag?
Ooh.
Now, this is one that will involve all 3 of you because I'm going to read this out. Animals start spread evenly around the edge of a sports hall, or in America, basically like a basketball court-sized building, with all the coaches in the center circle. Animals are eliminated when touched by a coach. Water floor available, and you can fly, but only as high as the tallest coach.
So we the coaches have to tag our opponent's animals.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
The animals have to be good at avoiding being tagged by humans.
And can the animals just start away from us anywhere?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, within the building. You can see kind of the dimensions of the building in the art there.
Got it. Okay. Interesting.
Got 2 good options here.
A lot of people very upset that the mosquito was wasted.
Yeah, the mosquito would have been.
I was just
OP.
thinking that, but I think I'll be okay.
Can
Yeah,
the
you got
coaches
something else to
swim?
play, huh?
I don't want to speak for our coaches. Can you all swim?
I can swim. Yes.
I am aware of what swimming is.
I can't.
I have been in a body of water.
I can float.
That's all we can ask from you, Pip. That's all we can ask.
Now, if you kill the animal, are you disqualified?
It's poor sportsmanship, isn't it?
Isn't it? So I would imagine if you did, you are disqualified, right?
So you're saying just double checking. You were saying there's a height limit?
Yes, flying creatures can only fly. They can't fly out of reach vertically of. They can fly horizontally, but not vertically.
Sure. Sorry, any other limitations?
I'll read you the exact text just for touching and killing. Animals are eliminated when touched by a coach. I'm going to say that killing them is extremely poor form, but really it's the audience who decides, who wins and who loses. It's in their hands.
Okay. And this is the size of like a you said like a basketball court
That's right.
or
Yeah.
something.
I love that. If I say sports hall to the Americans on this call, is that a pairing of words you use?
No, unless I'm watching a very specific type of pornography, but otherwise, no.
I believe you call
But
it a gymnasium.
I gotcha. Sports hall.
Sports halls
Yeah.
here.
Mm.
Because maybe it says a lot about my level of exercise during lockdown, but like, is that a thing we do?
Sports halls? I mean, it's where did you do PE at school?
Gym.
Okay.
Is this just a thing you made up? Like only you call it that?
Apparently, me and the designer of the game. Thank you.
You're just like, what? Everyone, us the sports hall. Where you do the sports together.
No, Matt, we can hear you. We can hear you. Just wanted to make sure while you were talking to Emma that you knew you were also broadcasting to the nation. Ooh. For Twitch chat, we just had a brief conversation with Matt where he told us we could hear him, but you couldn't.
They can hear me now. Hello. I was having a conversation with my wife and everyone got freaked out because they thought I was on the internet, but I wasn't. Goodbye.
All right,
Okay.
contestants.
I have an otter that I would like to bring to this particular fight, if that is okay. It is a sea otter. They are muscular, they are swift, and they are very, very bendy movie. Yes, I couldn't think of the word that I needed, but bendy movie. Live. That's it. Live. They're live.
A bendy movie live damp contender enters the arena. It's
Oh,
a,
yes.
it's a
Slippery.
which is, that's also what I like to think people think when I enter nightclubs. What do we got from our other two contestants?
I don't know. Are you ready, Jonathan?
I'm thinking about it. I've got kind of two options.
Well, I've got something.
That is not an otter.
That's really not an offer, Matt. Not even a little bit. Mac actually has all the power because we have all of the art assets, all like the hundreds and hundreds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Matt, what? That's not an otter either. I know that. That's a
I
kangaroo.
googled pictures of sea otters and it's come up with the ones of like them cuddling their young on their tummy, and it's the greatest thing.
Oh, clearly you're going to be excited when you see the art asset of this card. There we go.
All right. Are we ready for my
Yeah,
my
let's go, someone.
Okay. The animal that I will be entering into our tag competition is the black garden ant, which good luck finding it. Because we can put it anywhere in this giant gymnasium, right? Anywhere. So I'm just gonna have it be somewhere in that gymnasium. And this is going to turn from a game of tag into a game of hide and seek. And I imagine if you accidentally step on it, that's disqualification, right? I mean, I feel like if you murder an Olympic athlete, your country would probably be disqualified from the Olympics. So you can't just recklessly run around finding this ant.
I have two questions.
Yes, of course.
First off, how are you going to make sure that you don't step on the ant?
I know I will win. So they're not going to catch that ant, right? Or wait, how does this work? Do I have to
I believe all three. No, I believe, judging by the art, all three coaches are kind of released at the same time to touch.
Have to catch
Let's see.
the
And so
opposing animals.
If any of the
Animals are eliminated when touched by a coach, any coach. So if if Pip were to find the ant and touch it, it's eliminated. So it's last animal standing. So out of the three of you, you're kind of incentivized to work in teams.
Okay. I'm going to take the risk. I probably won't step on the ant. And if I do, the ant the ant wants to win just as much as I do. So they're ready for death if that comes to it. But
Oh,
I think
wow.
we share a bond. As the coach, I've trained with this ant. I know this ant well. I know where it's gonna be in
What's
this
its name?
gymnasium. Anthony, of course. So Anthony will be out of completely nowhere near where I run because we just share a bond.
That's your training technique.
Yes,
All
yes.
Well, I think I've got an answer directly for Anthony right here.
Ooh,
Okay.
Go for
What
it.
if there was an animal that was almost as hard to find as an ant, but like 1,000,000 times faster? And I'm putting in my good friend Jiminy the grasshopper.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm going to give them one piece of advice. Don't make any noise.
Okay.
Your piece of advice is just
I will say though, in terms of visual, I'll be able to see that grasshopper though, versus that ant.
Will you be able to catch it? It's
Anthony?
way faster than an ant.
It will be faster, but Anthony will be much harder to find. But I guess it'll be up to our audience here.
Stealth against speed. And also an otter.
Of course, the otter is still
otter.
The otter is a slippery animal. So
It is, but we've seen it. It's holding a baby.
Oh, if it's holding a baby, it's screwed. We got it.
Oh no, this otter is all in for this competition. That baby is getting like thrown to the side.
It's
like
bringing the
game
baby
face.
to the arena. Well, does that mean we could get the baby then? Because the baby is clearly going to be much less skilled at avoiding us. And
Can
still
we hold the
not.
baby hostage against the otter? Okay.
Oh, can we hold the baby? That's really all I want to know. I really just want
Two different trains of thought. Can we hold the baby, and can we hold the baby hostage?
very important word.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I'm
I'm,
just gonna-
thinking we give both of you otter babies, and then I have all the time in the world to go around and just prod
Finding a
your
cricket and an
the
ant.
cricket.
This is incredibly close to how Jonathan won the last round by, what was it, like encouraging people to carry his baby penguin up Mount Everest. Anyway, here's what I'm going to point out. Just a question to the contestants here. Bearing in mind, this game only ends. So, stopwatch starts. The three of you are in the middle of a gymnasium. You
Sure.
have to touch a grasshopper, an ant, and an otter. Just ballpark, how many hours do you think it would take for the three of you to eliminate all three animals?
Who says Anthony's getting eliminated?
Do you think you would give up before?
I never give up in anything I do. I'm touching that grasshopper. That sounds like a
You know what?
euphemism for something. But anyway,
I'm sure you will not give up until you've properly touched that grasshopper.
I'm going to touch that grasshopper. Yeah.
I actually think the grasshopper would be the easiest one to catch because I have skills developed from hanging around in graveyards over the summer, catching grasshoppers to take pictures of them.
Pip,
So-
what is your life?
Yeah, no, that's a fair question.
No, I mean, just
However-
like, I love your animal photography and I love, the photos you get of insects, but why graveyards? Is it like that's where the coolest grasshoppers are?
Partly because over the summer, with lockdown and stuff, people just weren't like tending to them, so they were quite overgrown, and so you would actually find a lot of really cool insects because, like,
Right, but this is a grasshopper who has been trained to avoid you.
Now, you seem to have insects.
In fact, at this point, I would train it to avoid Pip specifically.
Now, Pip
Morgan
seems
in
to have insect finding experience. How easy do you think would it be to find an ant in a gymnasium if you were not told where the ant was?
I think it would actually be not too difficult because you just sort of you look at a thing and then you just let your eyes relax and then you just see if something's moving,
You look at the whole gymnasium and you can do that?
Like I do on pavements, like you can kind of see if there's insects on pavements.
I
just
think
by sort of
pavement and
letting
entire
your
We've got
eyes
time.
relax.
different thing, but maybe you have superhuman eyes. I don't know.
I don't know, because you're going to be running around.
Pip is the only one here without glasses.
The thing
Pip is the only one here without glasses.
That's
thing
true,
is, though,
that's
you
true.
two, you're going to be worn out from the otter. You are going to be exhausted from your mosquito ballet, and like this whole thing. I reckon I've got time.
We don't get to take a break between events. We're just right to the next one, huh?
Okay, well, with that, so I'm just going to remind our completely impartial audience, the winner of this event is the last animal to be touched. So stopwatch starts, the judges are released, they're all going to be trying to touch an ant but not kill it, catch a grasshopper that is jumping away, and an otter, which is just, I mean, that's going to be a disaster as well. So which of those animals do you think will be caught last? Please, Matt, activate the heat map.
Anthony.
You
Come
can't,
on,
if you give
chat.
it a name
Like
like
there's definitely a crew for Team Anthony building up, but like
Yeah.
grasshoppers are fast, man.
You know, Jonathan, I think the audience is being harsh on this one, but we have our answers. In first place, it is Anthony the ant. In second place, it is Jonathan's grasshopper, and in third place, it's an otter. Which
I actually have an argument that would have. Now that the voting is over, I'll submit this argument, which is why Pips should have won.
Ooh, okay.
Because I was going to submit a water animal, we'll say. But Pip kind of beat me to the punch there. And looking it up, Pips would have beaten my water animal at this escape strategy. Because Quinn's defined the height an animal could reach, but we did not define a depth.
Ooh.
And otters can dive like 2,000 feet. Otters can dive like some insane distance. And deeper than the animal I was going to submit, which I was like, dang it.
Wow.
So I went with the grasshopper, which, you know, I'll take silver. I'll take silver.
A 2,000 feet deep pool.
It's not, it was some, hang on, let me see. Otter, I Googled it a second ago. Sorry, not 2,000. Diving depth of 300 feet.
Oh, wow.
Otters actually can
With
sense-
large lung capacity for its size. Like,
I just googled
That's-
and it says that grasshoppers can get to the core of the earth just by like teleporting. That the teleporter pack from Spelunky. It's crazy.
Fair enough.
The internet. We are into the home stretch, everybody. Only 2 events left. We're going to have our endurance first, and finally the technical last. I'm already laughing because I know Jonathan is saving himself for the technical. Matt, can we please have a very striking event for our endurance round? Can you please bring up the image for Alaska to South America? Now, this is going to be a long haul. Animals must race from Anchorage to Rio Gallegos, taking any route, including a water route if appropriate. Water route available. Birds can fly, but start from the ground.
Well, I'm definitely not doing this one myself.
I mean, there's an argument that it doesn't say you can't take a car. No, I'm sure that.
So we're starting from Anchorage, you said?
Oh, sorry. Is this going to change your answer? Yeah, Anchorage in Alaska, as opposed to anywhere else, and specifically to Rio Gallagher. I've not heard of Rio Gallagher. Let's see what I can find out. Looks cold. That makes sense. Man, it looks like a pretty depressing place. I'll be honest.
Yeah. It's a shame I burned my manta ray.
Oh, can you imagine? That would be such a slick way to. Oh, I mean, actually, Pip doesn't have
Slick. It's good.
It's good.
How far is it in miles?
It's actually on the Twitch page. We've got it in
Oh.
kilometers. As the crow flies, 14,000 kilometers. Sea route, 15,000 kilometers. On the road, 20,000 to 20.5 kilometers.
Okay.
What is happening with that?
What was
road?
what was the sea route distance?
Sea route, 15,000 kilometers. It's on the Twitch page.
Perfect. We're good. We're good. I'm good.
Okay, what? But that was a. Oh, I'm fascinated as to what your working was there.
You've described, in fact, just short, a few hundred miles short of the migration pattern of a green sea turtle.
Whoa.
Ooh, okay.
They're big, they're turtles, they're cute. Look at that guy. Poor
How
girl.
fast do they swim?
Yeah. How fast would it do this?
That's a fair question. Let's see, how fast does a green sea turtle do its migration?
Sounds like somebody didn't do their research before submitting their contestant.
Don't look at how long it takes to do the migration. It's an athlete. What's its top speed?
I
That's
thought I
true.
was in the presence of a former champion. Haven't you won like 100 games of this or something?
100% of games.
I believe it was 100%. Yeah, 100% win rate.
Oh, it's gonna be 50 in a minute, but yeah.
Jonathan, I don't want to get you too excited, but if you were to get 2 golds, you're not off the leaderboard yet. You're not in party time, so to speak.
Let's see.
And sorry, what species is your turtle again?
Green sea turtle.
Green.
We've got chat saying 56 kilometers an hour, which is shocking.
I mean, I'll take it.
Shocking good or shocking bad?
Well, I mean, it's.
Can you?
Do you often imagine
driven
turtles
slower?
Going, yeah, I was going to say, do you often imagine turtles overtaking cars?
Okay, I think
It's streamlined. This is a long distance athlete. I mean, what do you got? What do you got? You already spent yourself. You can't.
Sure.
You're not going to take this trip.
So what is the speed of a turtle? We just established
50 something? Was it
56 kilometers.
56. Really? Ooh. Well, too late. I already said something, so I gotta. My animal is the great white shark.
Ooh. That's pretty good though.
Which
I mean, if this was a fight.
Who says this couldn't be a fight along the way? Your turtle will have a hard time getting to its destination when it's dead. Is that allowed?
Yeah, the manual flatly says that animals cannot sit on each other or fight or any of that stuff.
Can they okay, so they can't.
The most you could do is aggressively tailgate it.
Then that's exactly what my great white shark is going to do. He is going to aggressively tailgate the turtle and stress it out so much that it's just going to throw it off, and that's its game. And it can't bite it, right? Because that's not allowed. But that doesn't.
I mean, I've seen videos of turtles fending off sharks. Like they just kind of swim sideways, and the shark just bounces off of it.
Right, because of the shell.
It's the one advantage it has to not die in this world.
But I mean, it sounds like it's faster. Sangwon, did you look up the speed of a shark, great white?
As far as I could see, let's see. They can swim at speeds of 25 kilometers an hour, but they can do short bursts of 40. I'm seeing different numbers here.
Yeah, I'm seeing a few pretty dramatically different numbers, but
looks like it can reach up to 56 kilometers per hour.
I'm just going to say it because this is the first time playing with we can actually research your animals. This game is way better when it's drunk people arguing about how fast they can
animals they only kind of know about.
Yeah, exactly. It's no, a shark is absolutely faster than a turtle.
That also the turtle would be able to, if the shark was behind it, all the turtle needs to do is lots of pooping. And then the shark will just be
the speed racer strategy.
I would like to put forward an albatross.
Because
dang it!
I kind of hate myself for it, but it's the animal that can travel. I've literally got a page open that says that it can go 10,000 kilometers in 10 days.
Well,
and
I mean, yeah, you know what, Sungwon? I feel.
Meanwhile, my shark.
So really, it's between me and Sungwon, is what we're saying for second. Me and Sungwon are fighting for second.
But the thing is, I'm wondering whether, because I've got the damp category, it would have to keep spritzing itself to maintain dampness.
Yes,
so
Matt, that's an albatross. You nailed it.
It would probably be hovering above the water and then
Oh, that
meeting
poor
you two
crab.
by like diving in and diving in every now and again. So I'd be having to fly like a sine wave. And like you two would just be like having to duke it out under the water.
I mean, if the shark can time it and like just jump up and catch that albatross.
Which it can totally do, by the way. I looked it up. Don't look it up. Don't bother googling it. I searched it already. So
I do think if we do this again, we should not be allowed to look things up, but the audience can and argue in the chat. But we
Oh
have to
yeah.
see it
Oh, 100%.
before they vote.
The only hope I didn't think this through, but definitely it would have been better if Pip had picked the albatross for like tag or something, and then we got to this and it'd been like, God damn it!
Well, no, that was what happened with us when like I picked the eagle for a downhill race that couldn't fly, and the last challenge was climbing Everest.
Yo, what a great day. Okay, right, audience, we're gonna throw this open. We've actually mathed this out, but you know what? The audience could stage an upset if they resist Pip just being dealt an albatross. Can we get the heat map, please? It's not a seagull, Matt. Look at the size of the crab. That's a small crab.
listen, my poop eating shark can also jump. Sure, it can. It'll bite. No, not
Listen,
bite.
we all know
Scare
the
the
moral
albatross.
tortoise of the hare and the hare is that the turtle-shaped animal will win, right? That's the rule. Any race goes to the shelled animal that is slower in almost all regards.
But you need the shark to have a nap, and shark famously don't nap. They don't believe in it, you know?
All right. So, okay, we've got 100% on Pip. Fine. We do need second place.
I guess that tracks.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Right, we've got Albatross in first place. That's a reluctant gold medal from me. Jonathan gets another silver.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry, someone. That's a nothing for you. Oh, I got 4%.
Oh no! If I got 5% for poop shark, slightly more than you got.
Yes. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. You're leading me in medals. All right. As our contestants go into the fifth and final round with slimmer animal choices than they have ever had before,
Quinn, shall we not look up for the final round?
I like that. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna help you, but sure, no more looking up. The final round, the technical round, is Matt. I think you know what it is. I'll try and time this as it loads up in Twitch because there's only one event at the start of the spreadsheet document or the slides thing. It is a. Well, see, the fun thing is Matt could have just gone to the toilet. In which case, we could just,
we'll never know.
Talk among ourselves. Out of the first 5 events, Matt, we've seen 4 of them. You know what? All right, whatever. I'm not waiting any longer. It's a bloody ski jump, all right? It's a ski jump. Wearing custom-made skis, animals... There we go. There's a kangaroo. Wearing custom-made skis, animals accelerate straight down a 120-meter ski slope and jump as far as possible. Animals that land without falling score a 20-meter bonus. No water provisions, no flying allowed.
Oh boy.
It always does feel like a jackpot when you have the animal that is depicted in the artwork.
Yes. In defense of the... Sorry. Please, go on.
Yeah, but the kangaroo has already been played, so it's fine.
I should say, the way that Champion of the Wild is actually supposed to be played when you're not, breaking the rules and just using the art assets for a stupid game show, is that multiple events come up and you have to enter an animal for all 3. And arguably, that would be a better way to format this show. But so you draw several events like Ballroom, and Alaska, and Ski Jump, and then you all pick
one animal that has to be more versatile.
Yes, but it means that animals are often more bad at the events they're in, which means the arguments as to who should win are a little more interesting. So yes, if you're watching,
right, because it's like a manta ray versus a mosquito at the ski jump would be.
Yes. See, let's definitely give the game where it's due. I'm butchering the various things that the designers have thought of to make it work better. But what can I say? I like a greater variety of animals. I like the reveal. Hey, I've not used the weather dice. This comes with the new edition of Champion of the Wild. What I'm holding up in front of my webcam right now is a dice showing 6 weather conditions that you can bring into your game of Champion of the Wild. I'm going to roll it. The weather for this ski jump is wind. Let's call it Let's call it.
Or against?
I'm not sure.
It's windy. It's real windy. You can't. It's tough to say.
Tell you what.
It won't help my last two animals, that's for sure.
No, same.
Now I'm really curious
What, the direction of the wind or what the animals are?
what the animals are that like.
They're not
Hang
Not,
on,
not
you
my
go to
prime.
skiing.
picks I would have left for this last one. Oh,
Last
boy.
time, what was it? It was like Mount Everest, and the animals that people had to enter into it were climb Mount Everest was the challenge, and the animals were Jonathan's.
It was a giraffe,
a
a baby penguin, and me.
That was it. That was why we're doing the show again, because that was a bloody great ending. Gosh.
Oh,
Pip, how you feeling?
you know what, Quins? I'm going with a peacock mantis shrimp.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Oof. Oof.
You know, there's a lot of technical challenges the mantis shrimp would probably be quite good at. This is not one of them.
Oh, I was really hoping for something destructive. Oh,
Oh yeah, they can do some damage.
so
Someone in chat has just said the word dead. I don't know if I disagree with that. Pip, as your mantis shrimp climbs the slope,
Slope.
4 hours later. Oh, Quins,
I feel like it'll be carried off by the wind immediately.
it will, yeah. Whatever direction.
on a little T-bar like lift. A little hat on. Well, okay, so my thinking is that it would just sort of like get to the bottom of the ski slope, right? And then
Would it? Would
turn.
it? Look, hang on, sorry, I'm going to stop you there. Would it? Would it slide at all?
Let's say yes. Let's just say yes to this.
I think that shrimp is dead from the start. Unfortunately.
I think that shrimp is like dramatically pulled apart by the skis slowly spreading.
Oh, but Jonathan, it's got like 8 different skis because of all the legs.
Oh no,
Anyway, so
that's
so
worse or better.
my theory is at the end it would suddenly pivot, and then it would use its like really powerful like punch to
Ooh.
accelerate off backwards into the unknown and be carried by the wind further than that as well.
If anyone's interested, before making their calculations while voting, the weight of a mantis shrimp is between 12 and 90 grams. Pip, would you like to tell us what size of athlete you chose for this event?
I chose the one that was bigger than the poison dart frog. So
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, I might have gone with the frog in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, neither was gonna make it, but the frog. And there's like a 0.01% chance.
Oh yeah, it has a built-in jump.
That's true.
You know, it's got strong legs, but you know what? No, you went with the shrimp. Power to you.
You know, I don't have much better choices. No, actually, no. Compared to that, I have much better choices. But
What do you got? What do you got?
still not great. I'm gonna go with the honey badger. The honey badger is my candidate. After hearing about the shrimp, I feel a lot better about the chances of honey badger, and I'm picking it mainly because I don't think the Komodo dragon would fare a whole lot
Cold-blooded.
better.
Oh,
Cold-blooded,
no.
that's not great. So I figure, let's pick the mammal. Also, can you just imagine a honey badger wearing skis going down a hill? That's a video your aunt shares on Facebook. That's like a cute little
That's
video.
true, but I'm
to
pretty
share.
sure it cuts before it hits the jump.
Yeah.
No, I think it cuts before it hits the ground.
Ooh. Well, if it does make it, that's honey badger. I think is gonna be my candidate.
Sounds
Someone, I have a question. Is it 4
Yes.
skis or 2?
Obviously, it's going to be 4 little individual skis. Yes.
This is
you know.
that if a horse were to wear pants meme, isn't it?
Mhm,
Like,
Yeah. Just to make it look more like a Goofy cartoon or something. It's gonna be on 4 skis, just slipping and sliding everywhere.
I'm into
For
it.
extra cuteness. Extra cuteness.
Hey, I mean, certainly I have a mental image of how this goes, which I can't say for the mantis shrimp.
So, I know the big expectation for this is going to be that I will go as myself. Because I know that I can. I mean, I can ski. I love skiing. I haven't done much ski jumping, so I'm not super confident in that. So instead, I'm actually going to step aside and allow an animal that is a much more impressive feat, which is an animal that has been trained excellently to perform a ski jump. And it is an animal that is, thankfully, humanoid, the gibbon.
Okay.
So not only can it, be equipped with relatively ordinary skiing equipment and perform the motions of a ski jump, but also it's much smaller and lighter than me and stronger than me. So it should be able to do it just much more effectively than I possibly could.
Jonathan, the idea that you're at the base of the ski jump looking up and it's like, you're gonna go? It's like, no, but this monkey really wants.
They're just like,
I
really?
present-
Are you sure? These
be
skis are made for you.
No, don't gibbons like?
I'm gonna say against the honey badger and the shrimp, I like the odds of the gibbon. I want to see what the image for a gibbon is on the cards.
Yeah, no, chat's going crazy requesting gibbon pics.
I think my thing with that though is that like you don't really want them to be strong. You want them to be able to like compact themselves at the end like a little cannonball. And gibbons have like arms, like those creatures outside of car shops in America. The flaily.
Yeah, but they can like curl up. Like you could do a cannonball. They're so dexterous. Look at that.
Its head, as if an animal that had, not to play Jonathan's game for him, but it's as if an animal had evolved to be good at ski jump because its head is in its body.
Oh
Like-
no!
It's all tucked in. It's ready. It has
Although-
ski jumped into the forest, grabbed the branch, and is swinging through, continuing the jump.
Yeah,
Although you know which animal has evolved to ski jump? Human beings. Jonathan. And you're gonna make this poor gibbon do it instead when you yourself. I don't know. That seems like a real selfish move. If
Listen, I'm a
glad-
coach by trade. I feel that in the spirit of the game, and also like I suspected the chat would really want gibbon picks. Just saying, like.
Wow.
Yeah, I like this gibbon. Plus, it's the only one that doesn't have it's like one of the only ones without an adjective. Like it's like great manta ray, green sea turtle, and then gibbon was on my thing. And I had to double check that I remembered what a gibbon was, because it's exactly one of those words where when you hear it in your head enough times, it just stops having any meaning.
I agree. I've also just looked at the scores and I realized that we might be. No, we're not going into a tiebreaker. This is going to be it. This is for all the marbles, everybody. It's I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be Jonathan, but Jonathan, you've come a lot closer than you thought. All right, everybody, out of our gibbon, out of what the hell was Pip's stupid thing? A shrimp? A ski?
It's a mantis shrimp, a peacock mantis shrimp, twins.
But of course,
A mighty peacock
Pip's
man.
stupid thing.
which is going to flick its way off the lip of the ski jump look, whatever happens in your imagination, that's the beauty of this game. Or is it going to be someone's, what the hell was it?
A burrowing animal.
The adorable honey badger
Yeah,
on 4 skis.
on 4 skis. All right, Matt, please, whenever you're ready, activate the heat map. I can tab into Skype, and what's fun is I can see Matt's on his phone, which we need the heat map. He's looking around. Oh, the heat map's ready. Oh, sorry. Oh, Lag. Okay, Jonathan has. I mean, the fact that Jonathan's victory was even in question. Hang on, why are people voting for people other than Jonathan? Okay, look, Jonathan's won it. All right. This
I
is
want to see the second place.
yes. The second place is important here. It's very important. Everybody.
This is actually really tight between the honey badger and the mantis shrimp.
What would let me stress? Okay, you know what? Chat, stop. Let me just remind everybody. This is now just between the shrimp and it's the honey badger. So, which animal would get further in meters? Animals that land without falling, so I guess land on their feet, score a 20-meter bonus. Is it the shrimp or stop voting for Jonathan? That's we know he won.
It's like people voting for the gibbon specifically.
They're like, forget Jonathan. The gibbon is doing the work.
Whoa, watch that 5%.
Come on,
This is irresponsible.
Please, chat. God, it looks like
Man, a heat map where they can click on anything going wrong. Imagine that.
This is a family show.
A gold medal for Jonathan's.
Oh
I can't
god.
remember any of the animals
It's a
anymore.
gibbon.
Jonathan's gibbon. It's going to be a silver for the honey badger, and it's going to be a bronze for the peacock mantis shrimp that is doing its best. And so, by tallying the scores on my little notepad, I can see Sungwon is our gold medal winner, and Pip, there's only 1 point between it, but Pip is in second place for Jonathan. That was a respectable performance, considering I really made that very hard for you.
Oh wow.
Well, it's an honor. It's an honor, but my competitors were also very, very good in their performances as well, and their training, and I could sense the dedication from their animals. So it was a hard-fought battle.
But ultimately, one that you won.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all that matters here.
I love that you're like giving a really graceful, like nice speech, and I bet that honey badger is just in the background, like making gestures and like doing a little dance.
You believed in your team.
Probably.
That mosquito, that honey badger.
Hey, I've got one more question before we close this panel out. Which of your animal, like now, the championship's over, and in the spirit of all Olympic athletes, now after the training, you can just relax, you can party, you can drink for the first time in months. So, which of your teams of animals, now you're back at the clubhouse, is going to have the best party?
Oh, honey badger. Honey badger's gonna go wild.
It's tough. I might
know.
Party.
got a manta ray, a turtle, a monkey. I mean, I've got a monkey. It's tough to, monkeys are good at parties.
Everyone's saying the damp party is best, which I really don't know about. I don't know about that at all.
I have mixed feelings about the damp party, including an albatross, who would likely eat most of the guests at the damp party.
The albatross is like the bouncer, like 2-meter wingspan. Like no one's getting past that apart from inviting.
Hey, wait. Okay, I think all of us have one animal we didn't use.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so we know that Pip had the frog.
Yeah, poison dart frog. Sorry, mate.
I had myself. What was yours, Sungwon?
The Komodo dragon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right. There we go.
That would have. That would have been.
I mean, if there was one more round, I would definitely die.
I was about to say, should they all fight to the death?
That's always the final round, just gladiator match.
Hey, final heat map. Who wins out of Jonathan, a Komodo dragon, and a this isn't even a question. But no,
It's made of poison.
Can a Komodo dragon resist the poison of a poison dart frog?
Oh my god! Does anyone in chat know the answer to that? Can a Komodo dragon resist? People say
you're optimistic voting for me at all.
Oh, it was only for a second. I was really excited. Yeah. I'm not even involved, chat. Look, chat's gone mad with power. Please, chat, give a big thanks to our guests who are all lovely sports and sometimes actual sports people. Thanks. This has been a lot of fun. It's just a super goofy, family-friendly game that I like to play about animals because we can all get behind the fact that animals are awesome. And thank you all so much for being guests on a very dumb panel.
Oh, thank you for having us.
That was fun.
Wicked. All right, I'm going to end the Skype call, and Matt is going to effortlessly transition into some more content. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Farewell.